Okay, we're going to watch this clip from Lady Ballers. New scene just dropped. So this clip stars Matt Walsh here as a hippie. I'm not sure he gets named. That feels like an oversight. Then we're going to have Jeremy Boring come up here in the car. And then Lexi Contursi, who is a backup dancer in La La Land. We're going to pay a lot of attention to her because there's a point I'm going to want to make about a lot of the acting in this scene and how she's the only one that is acting. There's something about this bit right here that's coming up that really bugs me. Another theme of this scene is that it's really never quite clear when they're joking and when they're just not. Obviously, there's something being communicated by the condition of the car that he's down on his luck. But there's so much smoke. It feels like if you're going to go that big on a sight gag, the other actors need to be very much reacting to it. And that's just not happening. Which is weird too, because you have this other character played by Matt Walsh who's a hippie who would probably take exception to like that much bad air, is a hippie, being on his lawn. And yet he's just not going to say anything about it. But she, the only credible actor in this thing, is going to do the bare minimum of reacting to it. And you will notice that again through the scene, that she will react and listen to her co-stars. And that the other two are just not going to do that. If you look at the way that he goes after his daughter there, like, I feel like, especially given the smoke, he'd be more protective of her. There would be an opportunity to sort of show the kind of father he is. And instead he just sort of like listlessly walks to his mark. We need to talk. Hey, we need to talk. I mean, why not chase after her? Hey, oh, no, shit, it's my wife. That would seem to me to be like put a little more emotion into it.
Thank you. Winnie, Robert?
We're married for 15 years. Darby, call me Rob.
Darby. And Robert will do just fine.
Coach Rob.
That just feels like your marriage is over, dude.
Okay. I love it. Former lover. Okay, I got it. Yep. Look at him.
So again, the joke there is just hug awkward, hug long. But they're not doing anything. I mean, and also look at her right here. She's open to camera. She's reacting to it. She's looking at them. But they're not even like looking at each other. It's just, they're not acting.
Big, unconventional family. Lover, I think your transition into divorce would be smoother if Coach moved in with us. Absolutely not. Never gonna happen.
Again, like the joke is like he said an awkward thing, but other than that, like I don't really get what the joke is. I mean, you could make it a joke. You could, I think actually the beginning of Old School, one of these movies they love so much, is about Luke Wilson finding out that his the woman he's dating is into like group sex. So you could do that. You could go in that direction. But they don't. It's just like meant to be an awkward comment because some people in the audience, a lot of people in the audience, would probably find the idea of entering into a throuple to be awkward. But in and of itself, that's not an awkward comment. It's only awkward if you understand that the character isn't into that, if that makes sense.
Coach, now that we're basically co-dads, I was wondering if you'd like to help me train for the Nashville runs. $5,000 prize.
$5,000. That must be really important for us to know for the plot.
Money's a sacred temple. I'm all about physical fitness. Bug-based foods, mRNA vaccines, equitable and inclusive hiking.
You know, great rule of writing. Tell, don't show. Don't show any of these things about this hippie character. Don't open the scene with him on a run. Don't, show him making a bug meal for this guy, which could be a source of comedy, right? If he has to feed the guy bugs, that would be funny. Don't have him do any of those things that would show the kind of person he is to the audience. Just have him list them off 3 at a time and let the audience just, fill in all the gaps with their biases and stereotypes about people. That's how you make really deep, compelling characters.
My lover says you were a great coach back in the day.
Honey.
That's another, thing in the script that's just to hire an editor. He just called him Coach Rob. So he knows by this point that he knew he was a coach. So the problem is he knew he was a good coach. I feel like could have thought that one through.
Light and love, Coach. Light and love.
What is that? I mean, it's no wonder this guy lost his wife. He just let that guy emasculate him. Probably going to go plow the fuck out of Lexi in a couple seconds. Or Darby, sorry, you should call it by the character's name. And he just emasculates him. And that's it. Okay. That's tomorrow, guys. So get ready. Comedy is back December 1st.